Hi, hun. Just a reminder, I'll be home late tonight. Can you get something to eat on your way home from the office?
Seriously? Again? You know I hate getting takeout. Why can't you just come home first to make dinner? You can go after that.
Home is half an hour in the other direction from the hospital. Not to mention the time it takes to make dinner. You know how tired I have been with everything that is going on.
Then just skip your visit today. Is it that big of a deal to miss one visit?
Yes, of course it is. You haven't been there for a while, so you don't know how bad my dad looks. But every visit is precious right now. And I need to be there for my mom. They have been together for so long. It is hard for all of us.
Yeah. I know you're the perfect little family.
That is just mean.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want my wife back. I hate that you're going out there so often. I hardly see you.
I'm only there a few times a week. It is not like I am going to the hospital for fun. My dad is dying from cancer.
I know, and I do understand. Most of the time. You're just gonna make it up to me. Luckily, you will have plenty of options with that big fat insurance check we'll get when your dad croaks.
Did you seriously just use that word? You're being a really horrible person right now.
Oh geez. I'm sorry, I was just trying to lighten the mood.
Just stop being so insensitive. You know how sad I am. I would rather have my father with me than any amount of money.
Of course you would, honey. I am sorry. I just meant all that money's gonna go a long way in providing some comfort. I didn't try to be mean. You go and take all the time you need with your family.
Thank you. I will speak to you later. Where are you? I am home and everything is dark.
Hi, babe. I wasn't in the mood to sit around alone all night. And I wanted something to eat. So I met some friends for a bite to eat.
Did you get that bite at the bar down the road?
Yes, I did. I guess you could come if you want to. Just don't come if you're gonna sit with a long face all night. You tend to bring the mood down after one of your hospital visits. Where you just want to have a little bit of fun.
As generous as that invitation is, I wouldn't dream of intruding, despite really needing you tonight.
Is it yet another dad thing? Can we have a break for just one night? Did he die?
No, he was put on a ventilator and probably won't wake up again.
Well, there it is. We could have weeks more of this sulking around. Just let me have this one night.
Sure, Milo, whatever you say. Just do me one favor. Don't let the alcohol inspire you to be super generous again. Last time you spent thousands on paying the bar tab for all of your friends.
Don't be such a greedy cow. We can afford to treat my friends a little.
Then how about doing it with your credit card this time? Instead of mistakenly using mine. It is not fair.
Stop with all the moaning. You have more money than me. What happens to what is yours is mine?
Except that it is always mine when you want to splurge. We make the same salary. I just save more. Use your own.
I have more expenses than you do. Expenses I need. Besides, your parents are always happy to give you a few dollars to tide us over.
Your fancy sports car was not an expense we needed. And there is no way that I'm asking my mom for money while my dad is this sick. So you better be careful with our money, or we are just going to be broke. And you will have to live with that.
Your dad's illness is messing with our lives. I just told my friends it would be better if he just went already. And we could get back to normal. Except we would be loaded.
Did you seriously tell your friends that? That is horrible. How could you say that? After everything Dad has done for us?
Always with how great the old man is. I'm just calling it as I see it, baby.
I am going to assume you are very drunk. Or you wouldn't be saying these horrible things. You can't be that much of a jerk. Or it would completely break my heart.
This is killing my vibe. How about we just talk later?
Not continuing this conversation sounds great. Just don't make me up when you get home. I don't want to see you tonight. Are you sure you can't come with me? I know you are busy, but I need you.
I am sorry, honey, but I have to work. I wish I could be there to support you. Please, hug your mom for me.
Thank you for being so sweet the last few days. It has meant a lot. I wish you could come with me too, but I understand.
If we weren't working on such a big project at work right now, I would be. All the overtime is killing me. I've been wanting to talk to you about that. Back and forth between home and the hospital has been rough on you, and the drive to the office late at night has been killing me.
That is true.
And I know you worry about me all alone at home, without your delicious meals every day. I've been lost, but I think I might have the solution.
What's that?
You've already taken time off from work. You could easily go and stay with your mom for a few days. Then you can support her, and you can be close when your father needs you.
That would be great, but what about you?
I will go and stay with my parents while you're gone. Their place is closer to the office anyway, easier when I work late. And besides, there are some serious benefits. I'll be fed like a king. My mom cooks even better than you do, LOL.
I guess that works. But I'll miss you. Will you come to the hospital when you can?
Of course, honey. But I don't see myself having any time to come and visit.
It's over. Daddy's gone.
Ah, I am sorry, sweetheart. How are you doing? How's your mom?
We're hanging in there, but I need your support. Can you come?
I am sorry, sweetie. I just can't right now. We're so busy at the office. After this, I will take some time off and just be with you.
That sucks, but I understand. I appreciate you taking the time to message me, even when you were so busy.
Don't worry, I have a whole list of new toys you can buy to show your appreciation. Soon as Daddy's insurance comes in, we can make it rain.
Are you really talking about money right now?
I was just joking to lighten the mood. Maybe you're just overreacting a little because your emotions are wild.
Maybe. I need some rest too. But you will for sure be at the funeral, right?
What'll that be?
We are arranging it for Saturday. Then my aunt and uncle can come too. And there is no work, so I hope you can come.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But you know that it's Jace's bachelor weekend. I can't back out now.
It is my father's funeral. I am sure that Jace would understand that this is beyond our control.
But I wouldn't. I've been excited about this for months. Can't just change my plans. It's not like your dad's gonna be less dead if I'm not there. Just let me have some fun, darn it.
Wow. Just wow. I thought we were in a better place. But right now, I don't even want you there anymore. We can talk when I get back.
How are you doing, honey?
Hi, Kath. I'm doing okay. Thank you for the flowers you sent. My mom and I appreciated your support.
Of course, we are family. I think of you as my own daughter. I just wish we could have done more. The only thing that gave me some comfort was knowing that my son was there for you.
Yes, I am sure Milo tried his best to be.
You know, I don't always like how he treats you, but this time he proved me wrong. Taking time off from work and staying with you and your mom all this time, it must have been a real support to have him there constantly.
You mean the last 2 weeks? He took time off?
Yes, he even told them he would take unpaid leave. But his boss was so generous, he told him to take all the time he needed. Luckily, they weren't very busy right now, so they could spare him. Isn't that sweet?
Very sweet, but I'm confused. Are you telling me he was off all this time?
Now I am confused. Why are you acting like you didn't know? He was down there with you the entire time. We even went over to water your plants while you were gone.
My head is spinning. Just to be clear, he was off work and he wasn't living with you?
You are worrying me, Amy. I'm going to phone you to clear things up.
No, not right now. I will speak to you soon, but please do me a favor. Don't speak to Milo right now. I need to figure things out first.
Whatever you need, I'll speak to you at the funeral.
Have you been home yet?
Oh, yes, I for sure have. How nice of your mother to keep it so clean for me.
That's all you're gonna say? Nothing about the papers on the table?
Oh, the divorce papers that you signed? What would you like me to say about those papers, Milo? I signed them. We are officially not married anymore.
No fight? No argument? LOL. That was easy. I thought it was gonna be much harder to get rid of your sulky face. When can I expect my money in my bank account?
What money would that be? You aren't getting a cent from me.
Nice try. I know you inherited millions. I am entitled to half of that. Why do you think I stuck around as long as I did?
Oh, I got hundreds of millions, but sadly that has nothing to do with you. Do you really think that you are going to get a cent of my father's money? Are you joking?
We were married when he died. It isn't up to you. I get half.
LOL, you really should have done more research. But doing your homework has never been your strong suit, has it, honey? An inheritance is not considered a marital asset. You left, you get none of it.
What? You can't be serious? That isn't fair. I put up with you for years. I deserve that money.
That is too bad for you. I guess your friends will have to pay for their own drinks for now.
Fine, but I'm entitled to spousal support. Don't think I don't know about the cash account Daddy set up for you when we got married. It might not be as much as I'd hoped, but I can still live really comfortably with that money.
Oops, you won't be getting any of that either. You remember the prenup we signed before we got married? It said that you'd get nothing if you cheated.
But you never filed that. You promised.
Yes, I have to admit I did say that. At that stage, I didn't think that it was needed. But since I never thought we would use it, why not file it? It made my dad happy, so why not? I guess that Daddy saved me once again.
But honey, you're making a mistake. I never cheated on you. I wouldn't. I was just frustrated that you weren't giving me any attention. We can work on our marriage and fix things.
LOL, nice try, Milo. We are done. And my money is all going with me.
You cow. You can't prove I cheated. I'm gonna take everything I can. I already quit my job. You owe me.
That is sad for you, but I owe you nothing. You see, I found out that you were off work and not visiting your parents. During the worst days of my life, you were cheating on me. The PI I hired has some lovely photos of you and your friend. You won't get anything.
Are you seriously leaving me without anything? Even the house is in your name. You're gonna force me to move home to my parents?
That might not even be an option for you. Your parents have been great through all this. They are not happy with you. I guess you are stuck with your new girlfriend. I hope she can cook, LOL. Bye, Milo. Have a nice life. It has been a year, one of the best and hardest years of my life. My mom and I both took some time together and traveled. We will always miss my dad. But we can have each other at least, which is more than I can say for Milo. He has been left with no money and no family. His parents disowned him, but I see them regularly and have made sure they are taken care of. Surprisingly, I don't miss Milo at all. Instead, it has been like a weight has been lifted off of me. I'm going to be okay.
Hey, sweetie, can you believe it's only like 4 months until our wedding? I seriously don't know how it's come around so quickly. I'm seriously so excited. I can't wait to marry you. I hope your day's going okay. I know it's your hen do tonight. It's also my stag do, so I didn't think we'd have much chance to talk much today, and I thought it might be nice to go and get brunch somewhere. I'm just finishing up some work, but my boss has said that I can go early today, once all my work is done, as there isn't much else for me to do. So I thought, seeing as I'm already in town, we could meet up at Charlie's Diner and have one of his famous breakfast burgers. What do you think?
Oh, hey, yeah, sure. That sounds fine.
Great, I can meet you there in about half an hour. Is that okay? I know that's more like lunch instead of brunch, but either way, food is food.
Oh, actually, Martha's just texted. She wants to get going on the hen do early, so I don't think I'll be able to meet you for that lunch. She wants to get to the spa as quickly as possible because apparently she has some other things set up for the evening.
That's okay. I want you to have a good time, so if you need to get off early, then don't let me stop you.
Thanks. It should be a good night. Although, I don't know if we've got everything ready for the wedding, you know? Like, if we've ordered everything we need to order and paid for everything, maybe we should just postpone it all.
What are you on about? We've got everything booked and paid for. The venue is all set. The caterers have been given the menu, including the vegetarian and vegan special meals for those who want them. We've got the band booked. Everything is pretty much set, I think.
Yeah, but I think isn't full of confidence, is it? What if something is missing or we've forgotten something? Have you got the ice sculpture booked? In the band? Is it the one I asked you to get?
Actually, about the ice sculpture, I've not ordered one, and the band you asked for wanted way too much money. They were literally overcharging and trying to rip us off, but I did find another band that I know you like, and they were more than happy to do it for the fee we said we could pay.
Hang on. Let me get this straight. So you haven't booked the ice sculpture like I asked you to? And the band is a cheap, probably awful sounding one? That's not okay. Why didn't you get the ice sculpture?
Well, the sculpture you designed would have cost us roughly $5,000 because it was custom made. We can't afford to spend that much on a pile of frozen water, which is just gonna melt anyway. We're better off spending that on the honeymoon or something, don't you think?
No. If I say I want an ice sculpture, then I expect an ice sculpture.
Honey, we can't get an ice sculpture. It's just not feasible.
Well, it better become feasible. I can't have a wedding without an ice sculpture.
Why not? What's so special about an ice sculpture?
Well, Fiona DeWare had one at her wedding, so I need one to show off how rich and amazing I am as well.
Fiona DeWare? You mean that D-list reality star person?
She's not D-list. She's actually really successful and famous. Lots of people follow her on Instagram and YouTube. I want to be just like her, so my wedding needs to be like hers as well. Ice sculpture included.
Well, we simply can't afford it. I don't earn enough to spend $5,000 on ice.
Ugh, do I have to do everything myself? Hang on. What do you mean we don't earn enough for it? You earn a lot at your company, don't you?
Well, I did, but unfortunately, I had to take a bit of a pay cut.
What? Why didn't you tell me?
Well, I didn't want you to worry, especially with the wedding coming up. I thought it would be better if I just kept it quiet so that we could get through the wedding without this adding to the stress.
Well, how much of a pay cut have you had to take?
About 50%. But don't worry, most of the wedding stuff has already been bought and paid for.
50%? Why couldn't you just cut your employees' wages? That way you could have kept yours at the level it should be.
I couldn't do that to them. They earn less than me, and they've got families to look after, as well as themselves. At least if I take the pay cut, I'll still be earning a regular salary just until things pick up again.
A regular salary? You'll hardly be earning anything. We'll have to live like poor people.
Don't be ridiculous. We won't be living like poor people. Sure, we might have to cut back on some things, but we should be fine, as long as we have each other, right? Now, everything will be alright. I'll handle the rest of the wedding arrangements.
I don't want to marry you.
Huh? That's not funny, Emily. To say something like that really isn't in good humor.
It wasn't a joke. I don't want to marry you.
Why not?
I'm not going to marry a poor person.
But Emily, I just told you, I'm not a poor person. I just had a little pay cut and to help my employees whilst the business goes through a bit of a tough time. It'll all bounce back though.
Or you'll go bankrupt. Face it, I'm not going to risk spending the rest of my life with someone who could potentially end up bankrupt and on the street. No way. I'm way too good for that. So I'm calling off the wedding.
You're calling the wedding off simply because I don't have as much money as I did maybe like a month ago?
Yep, that's right. There's no way that I'm going to be marrying someone poor like you'll apparently become.
That's ridiculous! It's a temporary pay cut for the benefit of my employees.
I don't care who it's for. It negatively impacts me and the amount of money I'll be getting. So I don't want to stick around for that to happen. The only way I'll stay is if you reinstate your previous wage. I don't care if you have to fire some employees or cut their wages to do it. That's the only way you'll keep me as a wife. So, what's it going to be? Me, the woman you've been dating the last few years and who you love? Or some nobodies who don't even matter?
Wow, you know what? I'm glad you're showing me your true colors now before we got married. I can honestly say that I would rather look after my employees than simply please a gold digger.
Seriously? You're going to pick some low-life nobodies over me?
They have families too, you know. People who rely on them to bring home a decent wage so that they can actually live. We can afford to take a hit on pay for a little while. It's the right thing to do.
Well, it might be the right thing to you, but it's not to me. I deserve to be spoiled in life. So if you'd rather spoil your employees, people you don't even know, then that's your problem. I'm going to go and find someone who can actually give me what I deserve.
Fine, you do that.
Gladly.
Mark, honey, what on earth is going on?
Mom, what do you mean?
I've got the phone ringing off of the hook with family members asking what's going on and if it's true that you and Emily have called off the wedding.
What?
It's not true, is it? You're still getting married, aren't you? I mean, I've seen the Facebook post as well, but I thought that maybe she had been hacked or something. So I didn't want to assume anything.
Well, I'm sorry to say, Mom, but we have actually split up and we are calling the wedding off.
What? But why?
Well, I don't really know what happened, to be honest. She asked if I had ordered a custom ice sculpture that she'd asked for, which would have cost $5,000. Of course, I said that we couldn't afford that. I also told her that I had to take a 50% pay cut so that I could keep the company running smoothly and so that I could pay my employees. Then she completely exploded on me, saying that I was gonna end up poor and bankrupt because of the pay cut and that I should just fire some employees instead. Then when I told her that I wasn't gonna do that, she said that she didn't want to marry me because she wanted a life of luxury and I couldn't afford that for her. So she's gonna find some other rich man to marry and leech off of for her entire life.
Jeez. Well then, I'm glad the marriage is off. She sounds like a truly vile person if that's her true personality. You deserve someone much better than that.
Thanks, Mom. Now I just have to deal with everyone else calling to find out what's happening.
Well, I can help you out there. I can talk to the family and let them know that the wedding is off. I won't go into detail about why. That's your business. But I can help ease the burden of all of this.
You truly are the best mom ever.
Psst, I know.
Well, I best go and start getting this mess cleaned up. I love you, Mom.
I love you too.
Seriously, Emily? You had to go and do that?
Do what?
Oh, don't play innocent. You've gone and posted all over your social media that we're no longer getting married, and you've blamed me saying that it's because I'm too poor and cheap to give you the wedding you want?
Well, it's the truth, isn't it? That's why we're not getting married. Because of you.
We're not getting married because You can't stand the fact that you won't be able to live life like that stupid D-list celebrity.
Fiona isn't stupid, and neither is wanting to live like her. You're just ignorant and content with being a nobody. Anyway, we needed to let people know that we're not getting married so that they don't go wasting their money on wedding presents or something.
I haven't even had the chance to tell my parents yet. Now I've got them messaging me frantically because they've seen your stupid Facebook post.
Well, that sounds like a you problem. My parents were actually quite pleased that we'd called off the wedding. Apparently, they didn't like you very much and thought that I should find someone richer to be with. LOL.
God, I can't believe you. I am so glad that I'm not marrying you now. I can see that you're a horrible person who's only interested in how much money she can get from her partner.
Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you can deal with telling everyone the wedding is off now and sorting out all of the refunds and whatever. I'm going on holiday with my friend. This whole ordeal has stressed me out and I need a good vacation to relax.
You are seriously unbelievable. Leaving me to deal with the fallout of all this? How could you do that?
Well, it doesn't really bother me. Anyway, maybe I'll be able to find a super rich, handsome guy to marry whilst I'm away. LOL. Anyway, see ya. Hi, is this Mark?
Yes, hello? Who is this?
It's Emily. You know, the woman you almost married?
Emily. Wow, it's been years.
Yes, it has. Do you mind if we talk for a minute?
Sure, I guess not.
You know, Mark, I've thought about that time a lot when we were together.
Yeah, I've thought about it too. You left quite an impression.
I want you to know that I've changed, Mark. I've grown. I've learned. Back then, I was foolish and shallow.
Is that right? And you're not just saying that because you've seen how well my company's doing now and the fact that I'm earning millions of dollars a year?
You're what?
My company really hit it big after you left, thanks to the fact that I actually invested in my workers and my company by taking a pay cut. I was able to keep my company going through the difficult economy, whilst lots of others failed due to the bosses trying to keep their wages the same while their companies weren't making the same amount of money. Once the economy started to bounce back, I was able to take advantage of the gap in the market and expand my company. I'm now doing really well for myself, and because I was loyal to my workers, they were loyal to me as well and stuck by me to make sure that the company thrived.
Oh, wow. So now you're making loads of money?
Yup, quite a fair bit.
Well, regardless, I shouldn't have acted that way I did to you all those years ago. I was young and naive, and I made a terrible mistake. Leaving you because of, well, money.
I have to admit, money does strange things to people. When I first started earning quite a lot of money, I felt myself changing. I was becoming less kind to people. I constantly felt like people were after my money and that I needed to hoard it all to make sure that I didn't lose it. It was a really tough time, not just for me, but for everyone around me. They also thought that I was changing, and not for the better.
How did you stop that from happening?
Well, after a very stern talking from my mom, I realized that money was causing the problem. So to solve it, I decided to give a lot of it away. I regularly give money to lots of different charities, and I've even started up my own charity to help homeless people get a place to live and a job so that they can try and get back on their feet.
Wow, that's amazing. For me, I eventually realized the emptiness of my choices. It haunted me. And then recently, something happened that made me question everything.
What happened?
I met someone who seemed perfect. He was wealthy and everything I thought I wanted. We spent a few good weeks together. We went on quite a lot of vacations and weekend getaways, spent loads of money and had lots of fun. But as time passed, I discovered the hollowness behind the glitter, the same shallowness I once embraced.
Karma, perhaps?
Maybe. But that's not all. That someone He turned out to be not so perfect after all. He deceived me, betrayed me.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Mark, I fainted when I realized he was cheating on me. I felt the humiliation, the pain, the loss. It was like life was teaching me a harsh lesson.
Did you understand what the lesson was?
Yes, that love, real love, is not about money or appearances. It's about who you are as a person, the values you hold, the way you treat others.
You're finally getting it, huh?
Yeah, I guess I am. I can only hope that it's better late than never. But it came at a cost. I've learned, but I've lost too.
So, why'd you message me today?
I wanted to apologize, Mark. I was wrong to hurt you the way I did, and I wanted you to know that I now understand the pain I caused.
Emily, I appreciate your apology, but it doesn't erase the past. It doesn't change what happened.
I know, but I had to try.
I hope you find the happiness and love you're looking for, Emily. I truly do.
Thank you, Mark, and I hope you find the happiness you deserve too.
Money really isn't everything. Whilst it is needed so that people can have a comfortable and happy life, without needing to worry about where their next meal will come from, it shouldn't become the sole focus of a person. Otherwise, it can lead to the destruction of relationships that otherwise could have been exactly what you needed and wanted in life. After my chat with Emily, I heard that she went on to get a job as a nurse so that she could help those who needed it. She also spent some of her time volunteering at her local charity to help the less fortunate. She found that even though these people often had next to nothing in life, they were some of the kindest and most understanding people that she had ever met. As for me, I still give to charity as often as I can. I also make sure to pay my employees the wages that they deserve for all the hard work that they do. Hopefully I can keep giving back to the world whilst I'm here and can try and make people's lives better one step at a time. Money, when hoarded, can cause nothing but hardship and misery for everyone else in the world. It is better to share what you have, especially if you have an excess of it.